5, 4, 3, 2.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Competition Plus Power Hour live from PRI Day 2. It's your boy Darren Williams Jr. along with the Monday morning racer Lee Craft right here. Lee, Day 2 of PRI is already getting off to a great start. Ron Capps, three-time funny car champion Ron Capps, second winningest funny car driver in history, was at our booth this morning. But guess who's at our booth right now at this very moment signing autographs? The GOAT, the 16-time funny car world champion, John Force. And we're going to try to get John Force on in just a little bit once he's done signing autographs. But Lee, great start to the Day 2 of PRI.
It has been a great start today, and it is busier today for sure. It's hard to get around here at PRI from booth to booth. That is good, certainly, for the PRI show, and this goes to show how many people are, in fact, interested in motorsports. And drag racing takes up a big part of PRI. But you know that drag racing is doing well, certainly. We got plenty of people here taking it all in. John Force still draws a crowd, and Ron Cap still draws a crowd, and it has been a great morning already here at PRI 2023.
Yeah, and it was a great day one for CompetitionPlus.com and for yourself personally, obviously doing work for Murphy McKinney and everything like that. But before we actually get into drag racing and talk drag racing, let's have a little fun first. Late night last night, huh, for you?
Not as late as you might think. I do have a terrible headache, but not a hangover. I don't know why I have such the headache that I have right now. But one, went over to the after hours party. PRI has an after hours party, and it happens at Lucas Oil Stadium. And I'd never been to the stadium, and I hadn't been over to that side of the PRI show, so I wanted to check that out last night. And that's a neat area with the trailers in the stadium where the football field is, and you can go check out the trailer side. I mean, obviously, motorsports people are trailering things back and forth, and they had some karting last night with some, racers involved, and you were able to have some hors d'oeuvres and get a drink and just have a few moments to chill after the show. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
And then Drag Illustrated, once again, stellar party there at Club Envy, and I didn't stay too late, but it's always interesting how that crowd just continues to change.
Yeah.
It's like whoever buys tickets first, it seems like people hurry up and get there and buy tickets first, and it's a different crowd. But hey, shout out to JT. JT, thank you, man. Thank you for the ticket. Was able to get in as a VIP with a paper ticket, actually.
Nice.
Walk right in.
So you gotta fill us in, though. Fill us in. All the big names that were there last night. What drivers, crew chiefs?
Larson.
Kyle Larson was there. Okay. Rico Abreu.
Antron Brown.
Antron Brown.
Tommy Franklin Jr.
Tommy Franklin. Okay.
Chad Green.
Okay.
Trying to think other drivers that people would know. Johnny Pacino.
Kyle Larson, though.
Kyle Larson.
Cup champion Kyle Larson.
Rico.
Yeah. Okay. Did they dance at all?
I have no clue. I left. I didn't leave. I did not dance.
You did not.
I did not have enough liquid movement in me.
I got you.
To get out on the dance floor.
I got you. Well, I was being professional last night. I sat in the hotel room watching my Lakers last night win. So,
professional.
That's being professional. Not going out like this guy being unprofessional, partying all night.
Yeah.
We're here on a business trip. Like this guy.
Yeah, you got networking is networking, no matter where it's at.
That is true. That is true.
My particular crowd never showed up though last night, so I don't know. I was like, it's time to leave.
I got you. I heard Bobby Bennett made an appearance too.
I didn't know he made an
Yeah,
appearance.
I remember he told me they made an appearance last night. Late at night though.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So.
No, I didn't know.
Let's get back to drag racing now, because that's why everybody's here. Big time announcements yesterday, of course, with Tony Stewart obviously going to Top Fuel and Buddy Hull going to Nitro Funny Car to drive for Big Jim Dunn Racing. But also some big news here this morning. FIA Top Fuel champion, reigning FIA Top Fuel champion, Ida Zetterstrom will be driving Top Fuel in the NHRA next season for Joe and Kathy Maynard on a part-time basis. But great to see her in the best class, the top level of drag racing, Top Fuel Eliminator in 2024.
Right. And that is a big announcement, and we've probably got, I'm excited for her, and I'm happy for her. She's been working hard to get to this point, and she is a good gal. Like, she gives the time of day to nobody. You know what I mean? Like, nobody like myself has come on my show and been on my show, and I already got 2 hugs from her yesterday. So
Okay.
I like Ida. Ida's cool. I like my international girls, and Ida's one of the cool ones for sure. So. What I do?
No, I know you do. I know you do. I know you do. I know you do. But no, she's let it be known. Hey, she wants to race top field in the NHRA. She's been working very hard. Has had much success over in Europe. So she's the reigning champion, like I said. And so for her to come over, kind of in a sense play with the big boys now at the NHRA, just top field, man. It's loaded, and it's even more loaded going into 2024.
It is, and she's going to be just fine stepping in the arena of the NHRA because she's got a fast and quick car over there in Europe, so she'll be just fine and be competitive right off the bat. It's going to be interesting to see where they position her team-wise, though, under the umbrella, if you will.
Well, for sure, and obviously, Kathy Maynard has done so much for NHRA drag racing. Obviously, sponsoring, Justin Ashley and their team, and Tim Wilkerson, and now obviously with Tony Schumacher, and then she steps in. Great organization, top level equipment, double great. Awesome.
2 minutes with these guys. This gentleman's working. Right
here, John. Come over here.
Oh,
yeah,
come on. Lost his sunglasses.
Yeah, I lost my sunglasses. John Force
Yes.
Oh,
on the Power Hour.
He kept telling me to sit down. I thought you were interviewing him, or he was interviewing you.
We're waiting on you, John.
Yeah, we're waiting on
I
you.
didn't know that.
We're all waiting on John Force.
Hey, first of all, right here, Bobby Bennett, right here. You can have a Ron Capps autograph picture with the Snakes car, and you can have a John Force picture. Take your pick. But this is a great show. It's a
Good
great
show.
So ask me a question.
PRI so far. How's it been?
Oh, it's been great. We've started going around to a lot of the Molly and different sponsors, Goodyear, and I got to come over to Bobby Bennett's. This is a big booth. This is really nice. And you guys here working. I met you earlier.
Yeah.
So this is exciting for me. And don't forget, Bobby's got a card over here. If you sign up, if you take that card, it's got a code on it, and it's called what is that? Fast?
Quarter mile classifieds.
Quarter mile classified. So you got it.
Yeah.
But you'll get a free ad for 2 weeks on his website, which got a huge following. Free. So go get it.
There you go. Hey, Tony Stewart, go to Top Fuel. What do you think?
I love Tony Stewart. He's a great racer, and coming into our sport has already helped grow it. So for them to make the announcement that he's going in, of course, I hear him and his wife, Leah, they're wanting to have a child. So I'm excited about that because I got 5 grandkids. That's the best part of my life. And he's going to get in the seat, and he'll do a great job.
Yes.
This guy knows what he's doing. So that's a big thing for NHRA. That's great.
And John, I know, not to put you on the spot, but there's a lot of rumors floating around this offseason. Just kind of give us an update and what can we expect from John Force Racing in 2024.
John Force will be out there. Robert Height, my daughter Brittany, Austin Brock. We don't change. Nothing keeps us down. Why they're saying I'm retiring? Maybe I should. At my age, I'm so old I can't get any older. How's that? But no, I'm loving life, and I'm in that car. I'm 16 years old, and nope. It's been good to me, NHRA, and now we've got a pro race that's being put on that's going to be down in Bradenton, so that'll be exciting. More racing for everybody. That's what it's all about. I'm not retiring. Grubnick, Jimmy Prock, all my crew chiefs are back with me. I did hire another new one because we need help. We need backups. And I've got plenty of backup drivers. They can all drive dragsters. They can all drive funny cars.
That's right.
Except for me, I never drove a dragster. I drove a front engine in the old days. So anyway, I just wanted to be on the show. Competition. This company Plus is great. And Bobby Bennett takes care of me. And I got to be good to Bobby Bennett because if I don't, he'll tell the real truth about me.
Well, John, you keep on keeping on and keep up good work, man.
Amen. I didn't mean to stand here. I didn't know
you're
you
good.
were waiting on me.
No,
I was,
it's
okay.
John.
Good seeing you again today. Okay. I'm going.
John Force, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest of all time, 16-time funny car world champion, winningest driver in NHRA history. Did our camera go out for a second?
It did a little bit.
It did go out. For how long?
It's okay. It's okay. They heard.
You know who messed it up, right?
We're not going.
We should put him on a spot.
We're not going to say.
He's like the third member of our crew, and I like this dude.
Okay.
I'll take responsibility.
He'll take responsibility.
This guy.
I bumped into the camera.
The great.
Sorry.
The
Les
great.
Mayhew.
Les Mayhew.
Yes.
Bump to the camera.
I was trying to get the right angle, and I screwed the whole show up. So I'm sure my pay will be docked.
It's all good, man. It's all good, man. It's all good.
Fail.
It happens. Can we get the camera down just a little bit? Straighten it up just a little bit. Give me angle. Just a little bit more. Bring it down. Oh, okay. Oh, I think we're good.
That's perfect.
Yes, there we go. Bingo. Thank you, Les.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, we're good. No worries, man. Technical difficulties live. He's doing it, and Les is doing a great job getting some behind the scenes footage.
No, for sure.
Showcase what is happening here at PRI, competitionplus.com for the weekend. So you all are going to be able to see that before long on the YouTube channel, and a lot of great footage, some big names in drag racing coming through the competitionplus.com booth and taking time to sign autographs and get on the Power Hour. So look forward to that on the YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, subscribe and hit the notification bell as well so you can hear the bell ring when Bobby Bennett drops some great classic or something else to the Legend Series, or even shows like Inside the NHRA and this very show, competitionplus.com Power Hour.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously, like you mentioned, just want to add to Les Mayhew. The reason why I want to get him in front of the camera is because he's always behind the camera. And I don't think he gets enough recognition for what he does and all the great stuff he does for NHRA drag racing. So shout out to Les Mayhew. But Lee, like you heard, John Forrest says, as old as he is not retiring anytime soon. He plans to bring on a full assault in 2024 and go after that championship because he feels like he still can do it.
Right, he can still do it. I mean, he made final round appearances this year. He made semifinal round appearances, and I think he can definitely do it. Especially, let's go back to Pomona with the incident with J.R. Todd. Did he have an incident like that the rest of the year? No. It was a racing deal. It was a driving deal. These guys, in this case, John Forrest drives a funny car. It's probably one of the most challenging race vehicles out there to try to manhandle. And he is a man, and it got away from him. It's got away from J.R. Todd. It's got away from Tim Wilkerson. It's got away from Bruce Petronas. It's got away from you. Go off the list.
Yeah.
It's going to happen to all of them.
And, obviously,
Racing.
John's first, losing season or non-winning season since 2009, I feel like that, what happened to him last season, will make him even more hungrier to get back in the winner's circle next season in 2024. So a hungry John Forrest is a scary John Forrest. So if it's a scary John Forrest, the field better watch out.
I agree. Bobby Bennett's got that great video segment with him. I'm John Forrest, and I'm bringing hell with me. And we might get that John Forrest. You never know. And what also is good from what he just stated there, it does seem that John Forrest Racing is obviously healthy and is moving forward, and I'm looking forward to John Forrest Racing in 2024. They need to make some strides. They need to make a comeback. I mean, Brittany did not have the year that we all expected. It's one thing not to go out and defend the championship, but there just wasn't the year period accompanying a title defense that you would think. She wasn't even in the hunt or the fight. And we certainly weren't expecting that.
First top field driver since Eddie Hill to win a championship and go winless the following season when trying to defend their championship. And like you mentioned, it's obviously Robert Hyde won races last year, was in the championship hunt. Austin Prock won a few races last year, but John and Brittany, they went winless. Time for them to kind of fire back in 2024. And I asked John, I said, hey, there's some rumors flowing around, not only of him retiring, but also maybe some crew chiefs might be leaving or some coming in 2024. I've heard that. So wait for all that news to come out. So
I already know where one of them is. I talked to him.
Hey, you can say it. I mean, I'm okay with you breaking news. I don't care.
Yeah, I talked to him. I mean, we chit chat everything, but John Collins is over there with Grubnick.
That's what I heard.
So
that's what I heard. Yep, that's what I heard. So
he's wearing the John Forrest garb today, and he stopped by the McKinney booth a little bit, and I was behind him in line getting some snacks, and John Collins landed over there with Grubnick.
And I heard, and I don't know if this is announced, but I heard Max Savage has left the team and is going to Kalev. I don't know if that's confirmed or not, but that's what I've heard.
Wow.
That's what I've heard. So don't quote me on that, but that's what I've heard.
Silly season, silly this year.
Yes, I could be totally wrong. So don't quote me on that, but I just heard that. And John mentioned there's a possibility of him leaving at Pomona during the TV show. So, and that's interesting though, because Grubnick and John Collins, two great crew chiefs. And John mentioned in an article recently, he said, hey, one mistake I made was not having a backup for Grubnick. And he went out and got that backup in John Collins. And I think that'd be a great duo. Grubnick, a little more aggressive.
Sure.
And John Collins, a little more conservative.
Yes.
and see how those two mesh. I'm curious to see how that turns out. Yeah. Should be
I like it.
pretty interesting.
It's going to be interesting
Pretty interesting.
just to see. And, just different eyeballs on a combination can help out too.
Yes.
But from what I understand, speaking with Ryan Elliott briefly, Ryan Elliott, like car chief over there at Cruise, he's landed with the Sean Reed operation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it seems to be the case that most everyone at Cruise, like hands on the car crew, left as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that is going to be an entire building team program, apparently, over there at Cruise Petronas
Racing. So I would say, it would take maybe a year or so to really for that team to mesh and really get everything in order, and maybe we could really see a full-on assault and maybe really see progress maybe in 2025 from that team. Because Jason Bunker is a great crew chief. He showed that at the end of this past season. He knows how to tune a nitro car. And
he knows how to work on them.
And he knows how to work on them. Yes.
He was car chief for Justin Ashley when Justin Ashley first came on the scene and under Aaron Brooks and started picking up some wins and running well. So he knows his nitro.
And he comes from my side, the nostalgia side, with Tony Gerardo back in the day, nostalgia funny cars, actually helped the Hiltons. You're a Mercury guy, actually helped the Hiltons in tuning that car for a little bit, before he went on full time with Paulie and everything like that. So, like I said, he knows how to tune a nitro car and a great up and coming young crew chief in the NHRA, which we need.
Yes, I agree. We certainly need. And I also like the opportunity that Johnny Lindbergh is getting, since we're talking about crew chiefs right now. Johnny Lindbergh, I don't want to say he's a young guy or young and up and coming. I think maybe from driving, though he's still a capable driver, to now shifting gears, tuning alcohol in his own fab shop, Johnny Lindbergh Motorsports, that maybe he kind of got out of the light a little bit to some degree. I've heard people make comments, it's going to be great to see him back at the track. And I'm like, well, he never was not at the track.
Yes.
He's out there tuning. He's out there consulting. He's out there pinch hitting. He stepped in for Bob Task, I think, 2-3 years ago when Bob had COVID. And he drove the car well, and looked like he hadn't even been out of it. So Johnny Lindbergh, as a driver with that knowledge and what he's got tuning knowledge-wise, because he's been tuning Brian Howell for several years on the alcohol side, and I asked an individual that has had many, many years of nitro, hey, going from alcohol into nitro, what's going to be the learning curve? And he's like, same cars, different class. He's going to be fine.
Yeah.
So I look forward to that opportunity for Johnny and Paul Lee. I think Paul Lee's going to give him everything necessary to go out there and turn on some win lights. And Paul Lee, traditionally, except for really that brief season, is a car that you really don't want round one.
For sure. And like I mentioned, had a great end to the season last year in 2023. And, let's see if they can continue that in 2024 with Johnny Lindbergh, like you said. John Medlin, let's go down that route because...
Well, from what I gather, from what I understand, he is not consulting at Cruise. It is just consulting at Paul Lee Racing.
Yes.
I still want some more concrete information, but that's what I have learned.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to talk about it, is because in that Competition Plus article, where you can believe what you read, competitionplus.com, in other sources, I was like, okay, it was saying that he was going to be a consultant on both teams. But
Which does sound strange, but yet in the world of drag racing, it's not.
It's not, yes.
It really isn't.
No.
If you go to an NHRA National event, you really look closely at the pits, you'll be surprised how much partnership there is.
Yes.
That is not defined, that is not a sticker on a trailer saying we're a part of this team or alliance or this group.
Yes.
There's more of that happening than you realize.
Yeah, for sure. And so it's just interesting to hear the news now, like, because what you just said, I've heard that also, is that no, he is not going to be consulting on Cruise Petronas car, which, if I'm correct, didn't I see him on the graphic as well when they came out with the news? I think he was on the graphic, and now I'm hearing that's not the case. So it's real interesting. Like I said, I want to see, a little more concrete information. Speaking of Paul Lee, right here,
Coming in and do some signing, maybe.
Yeah. Hey, Paul.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Wait for a second.
How you doing?
Over this way.
Over this way. We're live right now. We're live
right now.
We're live.
Yeah, we'll get Paul Lee on before he does some signing.
Coincidentally, we were just talking about you.
We were just talking about you.
Yeah,
just talking about you. Yeah.
How you
Johnny Lindbergh.
Doing
coming
good.
on.
Yeah, man.
I think that's a great decision.
Thank you. It was a group decision between myself and John Medlin.
actually, John was like, this is John's newfound purpose in racing. He was a crew chief for 37 years. Now he wants to give back and be a mentor and teach crew chiefs. That's what he's new. Since I brought him back, he didn't realize that he really enjoyed mentoring young guys, right? So he worked with Jason for half the season, but he really liked doing the mentoring part. So he decided that he wanted to bring someone on, new, and so Johnny Lindbergh would be a really good one. The guy's super smart. He's a champion. He's a hardcore, old-fashioned school racer. Even though he's younger, he's old school. Yeah. And John's excited about mentoring him.
Good deal.
So that's just kind of, I think you did have a piece about John, about his new joy of mentoring young guys.
Yeah.
And he's excited. He's as excited as I am. So it was actually partly his idea.
Spectacular. And it's so good that you're using your program in that way, because many times been thinking, you look at drag racing right now, and all these crew chiefs are getting older and older and older, and who is in fact going to replace all these nitro tuners?
That's exactly the reason why he wants to do that. He said, all the older guys are going away. We need nitro tuners.
Yes.
There's just not enough nitro tuners in our sport, and he found a newfound purpose, and he's really enjoying it. He says, well, I haven't had this much fun racing in 10 years.
Man, that's good to hear. That is good to hear.
That is good.
And he's so, he doesn't have that pressure, or the crew chief, or the some of the owners are on top of him. I'm not like that. I welcome. I like to give new guys a chance, and that's what I enjoy it. The future of our sport is going to be these guys.
Yes, sure.
Not old guys like me, but these young guys. We need some more guys. So as you can tell, I'm pretty excited. We got a run and start next season, and we're hoping that's where we're going to start off. And I'm looking forward to a big year next year.
You mentioned running start. You're a SoCal guy. I'm a SoCal guy. You were flying at Pomona this last race of the season at Pomona. I mean, just how good did that feel to be running that good, and just kind of like, man, like, felt good to be running it good again, and then, like you said, kind of have a head start going into 2020.
Well, yeah. The last 6 months when John was working on our team, he found so many things that improved the car that were just not right.
Yeah.
But that comes from his experience. Yeah. And by the time you just need runs, right? He just said, hey, we just need more runs. You only get 4 or 5 runs in a race, right? And it takes a lot longer than that. So by the time Vegas and Pomona rolled around, we started really, the car started really running good, and the Pomona showed his that 6 months of work. That was the culmination of that work of seeing what that car could do, and it was like, oh damn it, it's the last race. But so we want to pick off that right up that in our first race next year, which would be the pro shootout.
Okay, cool.
And then we'll go from there.
Sounds good. All right.
Paul, look, we know you got some signing to do. Good to have you on the show here.
Oh, it's good to see you guys. I didn't know you guys were live, and it's exciting.
Right, that's right. It is exciting.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
You guys too, man. Enjoy it. Enjoy you guys. Appreciate it.
Well, good to chat with Paul Lee there. That was timely.
Yeah, coincidence, right? Yeah, we're just talking about him, walking through, and get him on the show.
And I think a lot of questions that people might have, boom, answered right.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, Lee, let's take a quick break. We'll come back. Justin Ashley should be here in about 5 minutes or so, but let's take a quick break, talk a little more drag racing, and bring on Justin Ashley soon.
Great.
Competition Products, your source for hardcore engine parts for street, strip, and oval track. Our free catalog is packed with hundreds of product lines from the best-known manufacturers in the performance industry. Lowest prices guaranteed. Free shipping and handling on all orders over $149 in the continental U.S.
Need expert advice? Our knowledgeable staff is just a phone call away.
Competition Products, race parts sold by racers since 1970.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Competition Plus Power Hour live from PRI Day 2. Darren Williams Jr. along with the Monday morning racer Lee Kraft, and man, he's struggling right now trying to get through it. As you can see on stage, it was a late night last night.
It was not that late.
I'm joking.
It was not.
I'm joking.
And you probably see me on camera like, Lee, you can't go that hard. I'm like, I did not go that hard at all. I mean, it was like one rum and Coke. Someone bought me a beer, and I had a bottle of water. That was it. And I went back and slept well, thank you. And I get here, feel fine, feel good, and then all of a sudden it sets in, and I feel terrible. But it's good to be live.
Yeah.
Always good to talk drag racing.
Yeah, man.
And be live. Sometimes you just got to grit through it. It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay.
If you guys are at PRI, make sure to come to the Competition Plus booth. We are booth
2704.
2704. Come through, say hi. Bobby Bennett, myself, Lee Kraft, the whole Competition Plus gang, and come enjoy it. Hey, it's been a hot start to the morning already. We've had 3-time Funny Car World Champion Ron Capps, and also the winningest driver in NHRA history, 16-time Funny Car World Champion John Forstop through, and just have Paul Lee, man. Paul Lee's on the rise, had a great end to the season last year in 2023, and looks to continue that in 2024. So hot start to the show.
For sure, and there was a great lineup yesterday. I know Erica Enders was the last one over here signing. You've got a 6-time world champion there, the woman with the most wins in all of motorsports here at CompetitionPlus.com booth. Excited for Bobby Bennett.
Yes.
In 25 years of coming to the PRI show and of Competition Plus being in existence and him doing his thing, this is the first time that there's ever been a Competition Plus booth along with Roof Tech and Competition Eliminator and the programs that Roger Brogdon has so well put out for those in Competition Eliminator. But good to see that Bobby Bennett has got this set up. It is a nice setup.
It's a nice setup, yeah.
Can't show you the whole booth in its entirety at this very moment, but we are in kind of the back of it at a round table. There's several more of those, and there's a nice couch area you can lounge in and talk and have meetings. And they did that just yesterday. Roger Brogdon, Glenn Cromwell, Bobby Bennett, others speaking about Competition Eliminator. And right there you've got Roger Brogdon, driving force in Competition Eliminator, president of NHRA, Bobby Bennett, CompetitionPlus.com booth, Willin and Dylan getting things done for the future in 2024. That's good.
Oh, for sure. And just speaking of Bobby Bennett, he's literally put his blood, sweat, and tears into this sport, and in this company as well, trying to get this off the ground. And for him to now look at the next generation, like John Ford says, the next generation, and keeping this thing going, looking at guys like you, looking at guys like myself and other people, these young people out here, to kind of keep the sport going forward. And I just got to say thank you to Bobby Bennett for this opportunity. Let me come here. It's my first PRI, and I feel big time, man. Be able to interview these big time drivers and shake their hands and talk to them and say that we're doing a great job. It means a lot.
It does. You got to come to PRI.
Yeah.
PRI makes a difference in your career as a racer or media or whatever you're doing. You got to come to PRI, and you got to nail it here. And if you nail it here, it really springboards you into the next season. This really kicks off the next season.
Yes.
It really does. It's almost not the winding. Scott, hey man, hey, can you come on? Take a seat. Come on.
On the spot, right here.
On the spot. So this dude, a lot of folks, you might not know it, you might not have ever seen his face, but you see his work all the time at a drag race, no matter where it is, across the country, across the world. So introduce yourself to CompetitionPlus.com folks and tell them what you do.
So I'm Scott with Classic Graphics, and I print t-shirts and embroidery, but I've been doing this since 1988.
Yes, I mean, we're talking about classic t-shirts. He's done them. And we're talking about you have people in your lineup like,
I do Eric Anders, Steve Torrance, and then over in PDRA, I do all their apparel. And I think I talked to you. I've got that Shirt of the Month club now.
Right, Red Line Shirt Club.
Yeah.
Yes, Red Line Shirt Club, which is a fascinating, cool club. Like, if you want to be a part of the cool kids, Red Line Shirt Club, you definitely need to sign up. You send him your money, and he sends you a t-shirt every month.
Yeah.
You don't know what's coming, and it's a classic print.
Like a pre-80s funny car dragster.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah, very cool.
Like this month is Elsa Greeny's green flip top.
Okay. I like it.
So each month it's a new shirt. You don't know what it is, but everybody gets that shirt.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the cool kids club. I'm telling you. So how's t-shirt business?
Oh, great. Yeah, no, everything's good. I mean, we stay busy all year round. During the winter time, we do a lot of corporate stuff too. So all the corporate people are buying Christmas stuff, and all the city workers are using up their budget. you know, they got to get rid of their budget, so they'll call me and order a bunch of apparel for the city. So,
All right.
right?
Wildest story of like driver to you interaction over a t-shirt. Okay, and like getting it done or getting it out, or maybe it came out wrong, or maybe they wanted to change after they saw it, whatever.
Oh, I have plenty of that stuff, but nothing that I want to talk about. Just getting involved with the racing world for me has been a cool deal. I met McEwen early on, and he's the one that got me in with a lot of people, and then told me to start flying back east, going to high chair races at the time, because they could sell their own t-shirts. You win NHRA, you can't sell yours.
So it's kind of one of my questions. Like, saying you started in 1988, meeting Tom the Mongoose McEwen. What are some legendary drivers you worked with?
I do Garlitz, Shirley Muldowney, Ed McCulloch, Perdome.
Okay.
Yeah,
All the big time names.
I've been fortunate to be hooked up with a lot of good drivers. Yeah, my first one was I had met McEwen, and then he said he's going to help me, do this, that, and the other. And one day I get a call and says, "Hey, I want to talk to you about doing my race car T-shirts." I'm like, "Okay, who's this?" He said, "Oh, it's Ed Days McCulloch." And you're calling me the new I was 22 years old, I think. Wow. He called me to do T-shirts. Well, I was, that's a pretty cool deal. So the first one was another highlight car.
Okay. Yeah.
He had just run PRI 13 down in Texas.
I remember that. I don't remember it, but I was just watching and stuff like that. I wasn't born yet. But yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So that's been put a big old 513 on the back of the shirt, because that was a huge number back then.
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool deal.
It was been a fun ride.
Where do people find your work?
Well, I'm in classicgraphics.com is the website.
Okay. Sounds good.
I don't update it very often, but it is there. And
Do you have a booth here for PRI? Or anything
no,
like that?
I'm just wandering around. I kind of come for the PDRA banquet.
Gotcha. Okay.
I travel with them. I have a trailer that stays back here, and they haul it around, and I fly in on Thursdays, sell Friday, Saturday. Sounds good. Fly home Sunday.
Yeah, all the mint PDRA apparel you see, it's him.
Sounds good.
It looks great. Okay. I mean, all of it. Designs, prints, always on point. And I got to talk to you about like a McKinney partnership, because he's built some great legendary cars.
Yeah.
You might even have the prints. Do like a built by McKinney. I got to talk to you. So we got to do that later.
Good deal. Cool. Hey, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Good to see you, Scott.
Good to meet you, Scott.
Yeah, you too. Thanks.
I have all the big time people on the show here right here.
That's right. That's
Man,
right.
let's do it. Well, we got another big time name coming up next, because Justin Ashley is patiently waiting.
Okay,
Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Ashley.
You
You want him right now?
Right here? Right now.
Right now. Let's do it.
Pop
Right
it
now.
in.
Right
What's
now.
up, guys?
How's it going?
Good, how
In
you guys
the
doing?
house.
Yeah, you too.
Good to see you, man.
How are you? Very sharp. You lost a lot of weight.
I have. I've been working hard.
He looks very good.
Still a little bit for you.
I know.
All right, thank you.
I'm getting closer to actually looking like Justin Ashley.
Is this the camera over here? This is the camera.
Right
Where are
here.
you looking?
Right here.
Right
Right
there.
here. Yeah.
Everybody wait. Wait. Anyway, wait.
Oh.
Everybody wait. Thank you.
So
Let's start the interview now.
Yeah. How's your PRI been, man? Walking around, you've been doing a lot of, networking and stuff like that.
I have been. It's been really good. The first thing I think of when I see this place is what how much fun it is, right? But we know that the industry is in a really good place because it's really crowded. It's almost madness out here. People walking back and forth. It's a great opportunity to develop relationships. It's a great opportunity to spend time with our team and speak with different manufacturers and vendors that we work with, and see some of our teammates and some of our competitors. So overall, it's been a good experience.
It's my first one, and so really just trying to take it all in, meet people, network, and everything like that, and just see what it's all about. It's been crazy, but
It is.
But it's big though.
It is. It's definitely big. You have the two really biggest shows for our industry are SEMA and PRI, and I enjoy both of them, but I think PRI is better for what we do. There's a lot of NHRA drivers here, and it's more practical for what we do. So it's definitely a good time of the year. It's the best time of the year to get everybody together in one place, and it's usually really effective.
Well, he wants to talk drag racing. Let's talk jets. Jets.
Uh-oh.
football.
Come on.
Let's go ahead and go there, okay? Because definitely not a playoff year. It was a situation where it looked like it was going to be sky's the limit. Aaron Rodgers tears his Achilles, and then they bring in somebody. He doesn't do it. Where are you as a Jets fan?
It's tough. I'll tell you why it's tough, because as a Jets fan, you become numb to it over time. But this year was different because the expectations were different. The expectations were high. Injuries will kill you in the NFL. There's a lot of things that I think that they probably could have done better to recover from those injuries. But I think next year they're probably going to run it back with the same group. I think you got to build the team inside out. So you got to win from the trenches with the offensive line and the defensive line. So if they can build stability on that offensive line, I say the same thing every year, but 2024, the Jets are winning the Super Bowl.
They heard it right here. Right. I heard Aaron Rodgers is supposed to be practicing soon or something like
He's
that.
practicing now, but the whole idea was, okay, do we want to push this if the team is not going to make the playoffs? And they are, obviously.
But how though? Like, it's an Achilles.
Listen, man, nobody. The way I look at it is, it can't be done until it's done. Right? Like the person who ran the first 4-minute mile.
Yeah.
Once he ran the first 4-minute mile, everybody started running 4-minute miles. That's the way it works. So, listen, man, we'd love to. As a Jets fan, just having Aaron Rodgers gives us so much excitement. So I hope that he does come back soon.
I'm a Laker fan, and so Kobe was my favorite player of all time. When he tore his Achilles in 2013, that was one of the that was tough to see. And so I know it took him about 8-9 months to come back. So to see Aaron Rodgers come back in 3-4 months, I'm like, that's amazing. It's amazing.
It really is. It's a story.
Yeah.
If nothing else, it's definitely a story in so much.
Impressive. You had an impressive year. May not have ended quite how you all wanted to, but the year overall marked Justin Ashley is a threat in this class. Your team is a threat in this class. Moving away from 2023, what kind of statement did you think you all made to the competitors out there?
Well, I think we've been trying to build a team for a while that's going to have sustainable success. And I think they probably realize that now. We've definitely put the right people in place, Mike Green, Tommy Delago, and all the guys. The truth is, when you look at 2024, winning a championship doesn't happen starting in games, it happens now. The guys are in the shop each and every day, and they work hard. So I don't know exactly what kind of statement it made, but I don't think that's where our focus is. I think our focus is simply on being the best version of ourselves that we can be. And with the announcement about Tony Stewart yesterday, with the announcement about Ida this morning, and Jacob McNeal, the competition's only going to get better. It's going to be very tough throughout the year. But, our entire Phillips Connect Toyota Racing team works day in, day out to put ourselves in a position to be successful. And I feel like, if we didn't make a statement enough this year, we'll certainly do that next year. I have the ultimate supreme confidence in our guys and our team.
You mentioned the competition, these announcements, people who are going to be in the class. Competition this past season, the best competition we've ever seen in Top Fuel. And yet, the year before that, we were saying that you come in the class, right before COVID, still a time where if you were bringing a car that ran 390s, you could probably make the show. You can't do that today. And you being a young driver, the class and its progression and how quick it's gone, what are your thoughts on that? Because it is absolutely stupid at this point how competitive it is.
It's insanely.
Yes.
It really is just crazy. I think, and it's not taking away from the competition. The competition is always good. It's the highest level of professional drag racing, right? But years ago, you could almost look at first round as maybe a test run almost in a lot of ways, depending on who you were racing. Now that's far gone. It's like rounds 1 through 4 are a final round, and by the time you're round 2, forget about it. It's an all-out clash. It's a battle, and everyone's taking each other out. And I think that what you've seen is, high tide raises all boats. So I think you've seen the competition get better. Everyone is making each other better because if we want to compete at a high level, frankly, we have no choice. It's legitimately that good out there, and it's that tough. And the minute you leave just the door open a little bit, there's a little bit cracked, someone's going to burst right through it and take advantage of that opportunity. So I think it's only going to continue to get better. I think it's great. As competitors, as teams, it's what we want. I think it's healthy for the sport. I think it puts on a great show for the fans. But each and every race is just an all-out battle out there.
You mentioned, obviously the announcement with Eaters that are from FIA Top Fuel Champion coming over to the States next year, and we'll be with Maynard Family. Talk about your first season with Maynard Family Racing and just your working relationship with them.
It was fantastic. I have a lot of gratitude for Joe Maynard and obviously Kathy Maynard. We miss Kathy each and every day, and she had an impact on me and a lot of drivers that will go on for a lifetime. Joe and the Maynard family are special people. They want to put the sport in a better place when they came in before they leave. And I think it speaks volumes. You see how much the sport has grown based on their involvement. So I'm excited that Ida has now worked her way into the Maynard Racing organization. And obviously it's going to make the sport better as a whole. Look, winners know how to win. From my understanding, she's a winner. She's won races. She's won championships. If she can race as good as Bobby Bennett played high school football, she'll definitely be in really good shape. And it'll be tough for us.
This commercial break brought to you by quartermileclassifieds.com.
Quarter Mile Classifieds. Check it out, folks.
Yes, sir.
Sign up. Start selling your stuff on Quarter Mile Classifieds. So about this time of the year, they announce the individual within a class that had the best reaction time average. I haven't heard that yet. Has it come out?
It is not from what I heard. I have all the statistics. Elon Werner from Werner Communication does a great job each and every race. He sends the reaction times and the averages for each driver in Top Fuel, and then throughout the season. So that particular race, and then throughout the entirety of the season, who's leading, where everybody is. It's just good for a point of relativity. I'm kind of focused on myself, as I think I should be, but I think it's good just to understand where you're at relative to everyone else.
Where'd you second?
I was one. I think 46 was the final.
See, I said that I was
average.
one. You see that? Just like, I was number one. You know,
Well,
no
something that
biggie.
you look.
No
The
biggie.
truth is there's so many factors. Like everyone wants to talk about it. There's so many factors that go into it. There really is. Like if the car's not performing well, if the car doesn't react the way that you want it to react, none of that matters anyway. It's irrelevant. So let's give Mike and Tommy and the team some credit for that too.
Oh, for sure. Do you take pride in that though? Because like, for me, like you said, there's a lot of other factors that come into it, but it's still like a cool fact. Like, yo, I'm leaving the starting line first. But then also there's this guy named Josh Hart that was like knocking down the tree at the end of last season. You know, it's kind of a little competition we got there going into next season, kind of.
There is. I think it's something that I take pride in. Maybe a little bit too much. I think maybe to my detriment. I think.
Well, he was upset first year. You know, there was Sean. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Oh, okay.
You know, you guys watch Ted? You watch Ted Lasso?
I've never seen it.
Okay, be a goldfish. The reason you be a goldfish is goldfish have the shortest memory. Right, so that's the idea. Is the best athletes in the world, the best race car drivers are goldfish. They have short memories, so I think that's something I need to certainly get better at. But yeah, it's something I take pride in. But I also take pride in other things, like making sure the car's straight as it can be. You know, not building too much heat up in the clutch. Trying doing the same thing each and every time behind the wheel. So all that mattered. I take pride in our entire Phillips Connect Toyota team and our ability to work together as a team and as a family and what that means to us. So, all together, collectively, it's a culture thing. And reaction times to low ETs to treating people the right way on and off the racetrack, all that stuff adds up to big wins.
It certainly does. You've got a great marketing partner in Phillips Connect, and that brand keeps being pushed, and I'm sure they're growing through the efforts that they have put in NHRA drag racing. You seem to have a lot of partners coming in and out regularly through however they want to partner. So who else might we expect coming up in the future? Maybe something different with your program.
Well, I think we'll see over the next few months. It's constantly a work in progress. Obviously, like you said, Phillips Connect is the biggest part of our program. They make everything go. You know, we've been fortunate for our relationship with Lucas Oil and Max Tools and Impact and Cotto and Toyota and so many others. One interesting company I'll just tell you right now that we started working with is a company called Chipboys. They're a rolled tortilla chip. And we actually spent some time here at Menards in Avon, Indiana, signing autographs and giving out samples. And all I had to do was bring a few bags to the team, and they were gone like that. One thing our team, you don't have to worry about with our team, is our ability to eat, right? So they went through those Chipboys bags like wildfire. They're based in Miami, Florida, and they do a great job. So they're a company that we've been working with and we enjoy working with. So we're going to continue to work on growing that relationship and growing others, you know, within our organization.
And so obviously, you know, I've talked to you a few times, and you know, you only focus on your own deal. You know, you don't really pay attention to other stuff like that. But with the news of Tony Stewart yesterday coming into Top Fuel, just overall, how good is that for the help of not only the class but the sport in a whole?
Yeah, it's great. I can't say enough, but I have a lot of respect for Tony Stewart as a driver, as an individual, and as a businessman. All three, and I think he was a little bit humble up on the stage. And he's a humble guy, but truthfully, I think he's going to have no problem. I think he's going to hop right in the seat. I think he's going to drive. He's going to have success. He's obviously surrounded by a lot of really good people and a really good team. So I think it's great for the sport. It's great for business. I think he's going to bring eyeballs from the fan perspective. I think he's going to bring different companies and different businesses, and people are really going to start to pay attention to NHRA and Top Fuel drag racing even more so than they have before. So it's exciting. I'm looking forward to that opportunity. It's a challenge. He's going to be out there to win, just like we're out there to win, and every other driver out there. So it just means the Top Fuel is going to be that much more difficult. But overall, health of the sport, I think it's great. I think it's some of the most awesome news that we've heard in a while.
I mean, I heard some of the biggest outlets in the world have picked up this story, and like I know that. Okay, honest question. Tony Stewart comes on, NASCAR guy. You know, there's a lot of other stuff. Does that motivate you even more? Like, hey, I want to whoop up on this guy, just knowing how much attention he brings to the class. I want to whoop up on him just a little bit more.
You want to know the truth?
Yeah.
I'm like such a boring person, but like I care about. I want to make this point, but I care about Tony Stewart as a person.
Yeah.
As a businessman, as a race car driver, I value him. I respect him. I can learn from a guy like him. But in terms of driving, I don't care. We're so focused on our own deal. To me, it doesn't matter who's in the other lane. We're racing the racetrack, trying to go as fast as we can. I'm trying to get the best light that I can. It makes no difference to me whether it's Antron, Tony, Leah, or somebody in between, or Doug, who's now the champion, by the way. So it really makes no difference. We're just trying to be the best that we can be.
So you, at where you are in the drag racing world, I mean, you know all the other top 2 drivers. They know you. You mentioned Doug winning a championship there. What was it like? Give us an inside look of the community of drivers and crew chiefs. Because it seems like, at least, like people are like, finally, it's a feel-good moment. Like, yeah, we all want to win, but if there's a guy that we wanted to win, if it wasn't us, it was Doug Collette, and it's finally happened. What was some of the chatter?
It was time. I think that was the chatter. It was divine intervention. Everyone deserves their time. Doug's been at it a long time. He's one of the best drivers NHRA has ever seen. And thankfully, we don't have to say anymore, the best driver to never win a championship, right? So he is, regardless of if you won or not, in my mind, he was a champion. But just a good example is going up to the starting line for the final round. I think everybody would have been happy. If it wasn't going to be themselves, everyone would have been happy if it was Doug. And I think, to be honest with you, I think subconsciously Leah probably felt the same way, right? She wanted to win that championship just as bad as anybody, but if it wasn't going to be ourselves, let it be Doug, just because he's so deserving. He's such a genuinely good, salt-of-the-earth, authentic guy, and he does a great job for Max Hills and Toyota and all of his partners. So it was his time. They had a bad to the bone race car throughout the end of the year and during the countdown. And we'll see. Now the challenge becomes, okay, the target is on their back. But I have no doubt they're going to come out and respond and compete at an extremely high level because of AJ and the team they have over there and Doug. But yeah, he was the people's champion, and you saw everybody kind of rally together. A lot of hugs, a lot of high fives on the starting line. He got a standing ovation at the NHRA banquet. Cheers to him, and definitely well deserved.
Yes.
So I want to ask you, you raced them in the semifinals at Pomona. Just being in that situation, just knowing you could play a hand in the championship battle, just how did that feel a little bit? That whole situation.
A little weird. We definitely wanted to win that round. I want to win that round more than anything. I didn't care about anything else. We wanted to win, but subconsciously, I feel like we would have been the most universally hated team if we played a role in removing Doug from his well-deserved championship. So in hindsight, maybe it's a good thing all in all that happened. So we wanted to win, but subconsciously, I knew what was on the line. I knew what was on the line for Doug. So at the end of the day, it really wasn't the end of the world.
Yeah.
And we lost. We were going to regroup, and at that point, we were at the championship. So we wanted to win the race, but boy, that would have stunk. We were the ones to take out Doug.
Rest of history. No. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got to do what you got to do.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Business as usual.
Business as usual.
Well, business was good, certainly for the Coletta gang on that day, but 2024 shaping up business be good for you and your team. Certainly, y'all have submitted yourselves as a team that is a threat week in and week out, and championship caliber for sure. Look, there's a lot more drag racing we could talk, but what are your plans to kind of unwind and get ready and recharge for what is a short off season, because there's a big independent race happening and taking place with the pro shootout, and then we roll into the NHRA season. So what are you doing, man?
Well, I think the off season is super important, how you treat it, right? And I think it's healthy to a certain extent to take some time off. So that's been my goal, but that time off is short-lived for me. It's all about going to work physically, mentally, spiritually, making sure that on and off the racetrack our team's in a position to win. So that's what the focus is, doing everything from the business side that we can do, doing everything from the mechanical side and the performance side that we can do to put ourselves in a position to win next year. So that's where the focus has been. That's where it'll continue to be. And also, in addition to that, there'll be some less travel. So it gives us all an opportunity to spend some more time with family and friends, which is always, in my opinion, the most important thing. So that's kind of the goals and objectives for the next few months. And I'm just psyched for this, Skag Power Pro Superstar Shootout. I think it's going to be something unique, something exciting, something different. It's going to be a lot of eyeballs, a lot of attention. And, it's really going to kick the year off the right way.
We're all athletes here at this table right here, ex-athletes, everything like that. The off season is the point of the year where you work on things that you want to improve on and get better at, so you can come in better the next season. What's maybe one thing that you can say, I want to just improve on this just a little bit, if there's anything at all?
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot that I always want to improve in. So constantly a work in progress. Shame on me if I don't use Mike, Green, and Tommy DeLago for that reason, to soak up as much knowledge as I can. One thing in particular I think that stands out to me is just, and it's always the same, right? But doing the same thing every time. And I'll be honest with you, there were some instances where I felt like after the 8th mile, the car moved around a lot more than I wanted it to. And that's something that I worked on throughout the countdown to make sure that we kept the car as straight as possible. And when these races are decided by such small margins, all that stuff matters. It really matters. It always matters, but now more so than ever. So that's one thing in particular, start to finish, making sure that car, maybe it'll move around a touch, but stays within that groove, the entire way down the racetrack.
Good.
Well, Justin, look, thank you for being on the show, and we hope your PRI continues to be a good one. You keep finding those marketing partners and you keep building the relationships, and that when you leave from here, 2023 PRI was the best one that you had so far.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I want to thank you guys. I appreciate it. I love watching your show, whether I'm on or someone else is on. We appreciate all that you and the family of Competition Plus does for our great sport. So enjoy the rest of the day, guys.
Knock it out. Thank you, Justin.
One more thing, you guys. This man won so many Mission Foods challenges last year. Next year, Mission Foods, please give him some salsa so his mouth won't be so dry after winning them all. All right, please bring some salsa as well.
I do love Mission Foods, and I love their tortillas.
Bring some salsa next year, okay?
I do. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Justin.
See you, Justin.
Yeah, I ate some Mission Foods chips. I like Mission Foods chips, but at the racetrack, just please bring some salsa with it so my mouth won't be so dry.
It's always a combination. It's never just chips. It's chips and dip, or it's chips and salsa. So you got to have something with it.
Right. A lot of times I have anything to drink with the chips, so it's like
Does Missions make a salsa? I don't know. Do they?
That's a good question. I probably am talking out my butt right now. I don't even know. I don't know.
They probably have some entity within the food group that does. Nonetheless, there needs to be the official salsa along with this new title sponsor that's Missions Food.
Yes. No, I agree. Because
I'm a Pace pecani sauce guy.
So what do I eat? I like La Victoria salsa. Oh, Mike Dunn back in the day. La Victoria salsa. I like that. Yeah. I didn't know they that's what I ate my tacos, my chips, everything. La Victoria salsa. Yeah. Man, Lee, we've had John Force, Paul Lee, Justin Ashley. We got Ron Capps over signing autographs. Yep. This has been great so far, man. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it.
My headache is easing up just a little bit.
That's good. What's up?
The show's not done.
The show's not done. Still have Jacob McNeal. Some big news that he dropped, I believe, yesterday. I don't think was he over here? Oh,
Mike, why don't you come on real quick?
Yeah, come on, Mike. Yeah, he's a legend.
Yes, we now have the Guga coming on.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good to see you again.
What's happening?
Dude, a lot's happening around what you do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, nothing changes for me.
Well, that's good to hear.
Everything's gonna be the same. I'm just gonna have the driver's gonna be a little lighter. The car's gonna be a little lighter. We're gonna modernize the car.
Yep. It's up at the shop right now, right?
It's at Murph's.
Yep.
It's at Murph's, so he's gonna have just like a front half, just like every other car has. It was a point like that before. And I told Murph, I said, man, I want to get you. I want to run good enough that people start looking at you for a car, maybe.
Yes. Thank you, Mike.
That was
what I've been trying to do.
That was my
help me out, Mike.
That was my thought. I said, Murph, I want to get you back in the game, man, and he wants to.
Yes.
So it's not gonna put any more pressure, more or less pressure on me. I'm gonna try this.
I'm gonna be by your pit every time.
But
now.
I think
how's this car running, Mike?
I think it's well. We finished off pretty good.
You did.
I figured some stuff out at the last race.
Yeah, because Buddy Hull, that chassis is the quickest and fastest McKinney car, top fuel-wise at this point.
Right.
There he is.
And hopefully we can do better than that. And what's funny was, when I first started talking to Jacob, what do you want to do for next year? He said, well, I want to run better than 374 and faster than 326. I was like, yeah. My goals are to run in the 60s and over 330. because that's what you're gonna have to run that. If you
Yeah,
want to be
you're gonna have to.
competitive.
Yes,
You
yes.
know? Of course, his rookie of the year thing. We'll see. Some new guy coming in there now. That might be a little tough to beat. You never know, though.
Right.
You know, I know he's only doing 10 races, but you do good at those. You know, it's kind of sad, really. Buddy, I never won a round with him last year. We never got past first round. We didn't qualify a couple places. I just want to get past first round.
I hear you. But I mean, you guys got. I mean, I'm not just saying this. You guys got better with each race. They
Oh
always
yeah,
say- they
it
always say,
improved.
you know,
It improved.
you know?
The problem is I started out and I kind of killed myself, hurt some stuff. We did 2 races in a row. I said, okay, man, I can't keep doing this. I got to just pull back. So I look back now, it's pretty easy to figure out what went wrong. Anyway, took to the end of the year. Finally going into Dallas, I said, all right, I'm going to make the changes I want to make just to make sure the thing, and it worked. It was, I really went off my record from 2015. That car was really good. We went to 6 final rounds that year.
Yeah, yeah.
We were at 370 everywhere where we went, including Denver. The first car in the 70s in Denver. I'm pretty proud of that. So, we did run. We ran 330. Actually, we ran 337 times. We had 332 in Bristol, of all places. So it's there. I just gotta tune it out.
No, it's there, and that track we had in Dallas that year was last year was amazing.
Oh yeah, there's no question.
Yeah.
Mine shaft conditions. Air was great, the track was great, as it always is there. I'm looking forward to going to Gainesville. We're going to test. We're not just going to go out there cold. So get Jacob acclimated to the car and all that. We're going to make a few changes for him. I'm excited. I know he is.
Well, we're excited for you. We're excited for Jacob. We're excited for Buddy as well. And speaking about being excited, I remember seeing you early on at whichever one of the first races I was able to see you. Like I wasn't in Phoenix. I might have been Vegas. And you're getting back in the grind and getting back in this nitro tuning and if you had hair, it looked like it would have been straight out. You were at your wit's end. But by the end of the year, it was a completely different Mike Gober. It was more confident.
Right.
We found our stride. So talk to me about that progression. Not so much mechanically, but just for you and internally.
When you're out of it for 7 years, basically, when you actually get to the track, you're like, oh, what have I done? But yeah, just over time, you get a little more confident, what you're doing. It took a while. It's longer than I anticipated, really. As the season went on, we had some problems in the clutch, got that sorted out. Really, it wasn't until Denver we got that fixed. Really, from Denver on, it was, things started to progress. I got some help. A lot of people helped me. Bobby Lagana helped me. Tim Wilkerson helped me. John Stewart helped a lot. So I didn't do it on my own. I had, everybody willingly reached out, helped. Richard Hogan just said, just Bobby will help you, man, whatever you need. So everybody was very forthcoming with information and help.
We just got to fill people in, though, because like you mentioned, you were on you tuned Dixon back in 2015, and
Yes,
you guys went to a lot of finals and everything like that, and kind of took a break about 7 years. Just kind of fill people in how much the sport actually changes from those, from those 7 years,
Not much. And for me, the biggest difference I found, the superchargers were way better. And that's what kind of threw me off at the start of the year. And I look back on it now, well, why didn't you just blower pulleys, man, just slow that thing down? And it would have been good, but I screwed up. Now, I always tell the guys, you guys, your preparation of the car has to be perfect. Because I'm going to make the mistakes, and Jacob's going to make the mistakes. So your guys' work has got to be right. I'm relying on you to do what I tell you to do.
Mike, in 2024, we certainly hope that it is a year where you put yourself back on that talking list of top crew chiefs. People remember what you did because you've done it to what we have coming ahead of us.
I appreciate that. Yeah. I know it's going to be better. Of course, you're going to have ups and downs.
Sure.
It's a tough class.
Oh, wow.
I think you're going to have to really, just to qualify, it's going to be tough.
Yep.
I feel after we're going to have some new people coming in to help me out, just with the car and good car chief. Rick DeCousin was with Palmer. I think he's going to come help us out. Jacob's got a few other people that I respect. They're going to help him. I got some things in the works, some people I'm trying to get. Jacob has just said, he said, if we can get that guy in here, let's get him. I don't want to say who it is. It's going to be good.
All right.
All right, sounds good. Thank you for your time, Mike.
Hey, no problem.
Thank
Thank
you
you
for your time,
guys for taking your time with me. I
Yes,
appreciate
good to talk with you, Mike, always. Well, folks, we're going to take a quick break here with the Competition Plus Power Hour, and we are going to restock, and see who we have on next here from PRI 2023.
If you want to take your vehicle's performance to new heights, you got to give it P. Like our original equipment technology, antifreeze, and coolant. Our formulas match the vehicle manufacturer's technology requirements so that we have the perfect match for every vehicle. That's one reason why Peak is among the fastest growing brands of coolant in America. We work harder to earn the trust of people like you every day.
Get your CompetitionPlus.com apparel today. Whether it's our nitro-burning funny car design or the vibrant door slammer design, we have the swag to show you are always in the know. Get yourself a hat too. And we know not everyone enjoys wearing a mask, but if you must wear one, at least wear a good-looking one. Check out the new CompetitionPlusApparel.com for the latest from the place where you have trusted for your news on the internet for over 2 decades.
Classic car owners, make your headlights over twice as bright with Holley Retro Bright LED headlights. A plug-in replacement for those dim halogen seal beams, Retro Bright maintains that classic look and lasts 6 times longer. Stay safe and click the link below to learn.
And back here, PRI 2023, the CompetitionPlus.com booth. This is the CompetitionPlus.com Power Hour with, I dare say, the newest Top Fuel owner driver in the NHRA, Jacob McNeal.
How you doing, guys?
How does your wallet feel?
Well, let's see. That's about all it's got. That's about all it's got. But man, it's a lot better of a deal you can think for. You know, a top fuel operation costs everything in the world it can be. The deal I fell into with everybody I have behind me, man, it made sense not to do it regardless even if I did it or not with the people I have behind me, the people I have in my corner, the people I have learning and teaching me, my crew chief. It was a no-brainer every which way around me.
Man, how much of a dream come true is this for you, man? Like, I know you've been wanting this for a long time, and to have your own top fuel car in the NHRA and have a great crew chief like Mike Gober, dream come true for you, I believe.
It's the best. I went from being that kid that would work all year, like for my dad or for like a mowing yard to pick up leaves, just to be able to go watch a race to the fence. Now being a team owner, to being that driver, I can now be what I wanted to be for kids and all that stuff. Now when that kid comes up, I can give them everything I ever dreamed of the opposite way. So man, it's here's a dream, then we're up here. Yeah, man, it's pretty awesome.
Congratulations, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It is certainly cool to hear you're a personality in the NHRA that I think we need more of you out here. You're a type of character that I think that's good for the class, and individual that people can gravitate to. And speaking of being a character and having an edge, I want to know, because I hadn't heard, what was said to Sean Langdon? What did Sean Langdon say to you?
Man, he came over, you know, it's frustrating. Sean and shot on the start line and stuff, you know, and when it came over, you know, if you look back, look on our graph, you know, with top fuel cars, you like the clutch, you know, the car has tug on the motor, everything. And man, if you look on our graph, I was completely off the brake, the car wasn't moving. And you see, I pumped the brake 18 times. You can just see it. I'm just trying to get it maybe release and roll. And it didn't roll. And he got out of this kind of stuff, man. And then when he got out of the deal, I didn't know because I was taking my helmet off. He came and said something to me. He said, hey, man, we have a problem. I didn't hear him at first. And then when I took it off, I looked at him and I said, will there be something else that problem? Then he said, well, you took kind of long. So, man, took, all right, no plus. I said, man, name one time I've ever been disrespectful to you. Couldn't say it. I said, name one time I've ever given you a reason to even talk to me sideways. He said, no. I said, what are you doing over there? And then there's a lot more other stuff said, but rather it's not on camera.
There you go.
Hold on. I'm sorry. When was this?
It was in Dallas.
It's Dallas. Okay.
Yes.
I was in Bakersfield, so I didn't watch the full race. Okay.
It was in Dallas.
First round. Okay.
Which, I mean, let's understand it's qualifying, but make it make sense to me for a guy that's like I asked him, have I ever done anything to you? He said, no, but I would never be respectful. He said, we bracket race also.
Yeah.
I said, so tell me what would make you any ready to come over here and say anything to me. And good. And then other things were all said, but you know,
it was on NHRA TV. They got it full. I'm in the media center, and I'm like, swing.
Yeah, I'm not that guy. I'm not gonna disrespect me. I will drop you on national TV. I don't have sponsors that go because I'm the last one you kind of want to fly into.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, what I'm talking about.
It's not. I won't ever disrespect, especially their car. That's our livelihood. That's our cars and all that. And he has sponsors. He has big people. So I understand that. Me, I don't. It's me or die. So you come at me and disrespect. It's no. I mean, like I even for some reason apologized to him after. I said, man, I'm sorry. I don't know why I did. I said nothing like that. And everything is fine until after. It just moment stuff and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it just life's a lot different. You come at somebody that's about fighting, not running. But you know, it's all on the water on the bridge. You know, we'll cool all that. I can call him now and say, hey, all that kind of stuff. It's all good.
Yeah,
it's all good.
That's good to hear.
All right, we got to the bottom of that. I'm glad. I now know. Good.
Look at you starting stuff, man.
No,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
I was raised in the backwoods country. I fought my whole life, so it's a little different.
And so we were just talking to your crew chief, Mike Gober, and he was saying, kind of like your expectations for next year. You want to go, 374 at 326. Well, he said, man, I want to go 360 at 330 miles per hour because it's a tough field out here. Just how cool is that to know your crew chief, man, has that that mindset of, hey, we want to go all out and really go for this thing.
Dude, if we get there, man, we've got all the right parts. We got all new parts. We went to John Force Racing. That's the most expensive Christmas shopping in my life. I looked at just what this hose is what? I looked at it again. I'm like, do we really need my sauce tank? So I just drop it in the back of like cars, dang it, But when it comes to stuff like that, but man, we have every part that's top teams have. I have the crew chief that can run 360s, 370. If you can get me to keep my head out of my butt and him do that, man, I'm gonna be somebody that's next year.
But Jacob, I feel the same way, just regular appliances. So I mean, I know it's a lot worse. You're trying to find a top field team. So
When he looked over, and it was literally a hose like, oh, you can probably buy this at ABC or a hardware store for like $20, and it's 150. I was like, we need how many of these? I was like, oh, God. Yeah, this stuff's expensive, and people don't realize just how much a top field supercharger costs, or how much just a head costs, like how much a bare head you got to assemble. Like it's. It makes you question why people do what we do. Yeah.
But how's the journey been, though, of trying to find those marketing partners to kind of step in and help with the funding of the team? Do you go down that route?
Yeah, I'm trying to. I've got Maddie. She's coming on board. I've got a real good media guy with Christoph and all that stuff. But man, I've always been. I have to work for it to get it. I've never had a sponsor in my life. I've had friends like, hey, do this or like bracket race. I need to buy back, which I have my guys. They got it. But like to actually have, I've never had. I've always, my dad's old school. He's 80 years old. I'm still 20. So I was raised. You go out and work for it and put your boots on every day and outwork everybody and go get it, or you just sit home and don't do it. So that's been my mentality my whole life. But I'm working towards having a really good staff behind me now to get it. And if we get to that point where we run a full season and have the resources to run for everybody, that man, we're going to be pretty hard to get to.
Well, exciting to hear that you're working towards that, and hey, just put that effort in that you put in elsewhere, and you'll find it. What did you learn though, racing and hanging with Scott Palmer? One racing wise, but then what did you learn not to do late at night at the track? There's a couple of routes we could go there, I'm sure.
If you ever drive for Scott Palmer, be a fly-in driver. Don't show up on Thursday. Do not show up on Thursdays with the crew. Because you ever heard of Wild Turkey Thursdays with Scott Palmer?
Wild Turkey
and
Thursday.
I'm even the driver. I'm getting in the car tomorrow. I'm about to strap in this 11,000 horsepower car, and here comes Scott Palmer over here with this big old bottle of Wild Turkey, and it said, "You have to drink this." I'm like, I'm getting in this, and he said, "Okay." And if I don't drink it, I don't get to drive. So I'm just like, oh my God. Yeah, if you ever drive for Scott Palmer, be a fly. He will make fun of you, but I promise you, your insides will thank me after, because dear God. And they don't stop until the bottle's gone. And then somehow, his wife, old lady Kristen, great lady, she does all this stuff for him. Pulls another bottle out from somewhere, and then people wonder why Scott stays up so late, because he has the most fun out of anybody, dude. He's the greatest dude to have a part of. But when you're there, because it's Wild Turkey Thursday, it's Fireball Friday, and it don't just you have fire, you have it till there's none left. And then it's Shotgun Saturday, dude, we don't have the little, it's freaking the big effing bottles of everything. Then, we do good on Sunday, we're going to burn something to the ground. So but
they might do that even if they don't do good.
That's my biggest advice. If you ever drive for Scott Palmer, he will make fun of you, but it will be worth it. Just be a fly-in driver. It is very rough.
Dang.
Because dude, my first time setting up with the crew, Jim Weens, the clutch got on stuff, you hold up all the stuff with awnings on. I couldn't reach it on 6'2", and I couldn't hardly reach it. So, hey, I'm dropping this. I look up, say, hunting, dude, I just get freaking waylaid in the head. I'll show you the picture. I've got freaking blood in the gash all the way down my head for the deal. And they're like, well, you said you didn't want to be a fly-in driver, so I really want to change that now.
Yeah, I really want to change that. Yes. I have got enough experience now. I'm good.
Change if you go back and look at my pictures from Charlotte, my eye is like swelled up over here from this huge freaking thing hit me in the head.
Man. All right, so business side, what did you learn from Scott? Scott's been doing this for a long time.
Man, spend your money where you need to. You've got races coming up, but you need a certain rod, or if you got rods with 6-7 runs but you need to spend it on this. Spend the quality of what you need to do to be competitive, not just to go there and show up, or hey man, we look good, we look the part. To be there, show up, and be somebody. Not just to be somebody, oh yeah, I did this, hopefully get our qualified money to go home. Be there and be a force to be reckoned with. Spend it to where you're there to when they look over next to you, like, oh, okay, they have to run the car or not, they're going home. Right. Like to make your stuff to be the quality parts you need to be competitive.
Right. And I remember Scott nipped somebody at Topeka, if I remember, in round one.
I think that's the winningest top fuel driver in history. I think is who he beat.
Right. Yeah. That's right. Yes. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Yes.
With the way he runs and operates his program.
Without Scott Palmer, none of this would be even feasible for me. Sure. I'd be at home still thinking about it at night. It wouldn't be something that I could get up, go to the shop, and here's my top. Without Scott, none of this would ever be possible for me.
Will Wright trailers still be on board? Or was that a Scott?
No, that was a Scott. I've got R&M trailers.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, Rich and all them. I said I've got to be there with him. Dude, Dave, come on. He's been a good buddy of mine. I bracket raced with his car and all that stuff before. It's going to be a pretty good deal.
Okay, sounds good.
I've got them and Red Line's come on board with me. So I've got with them we'll deal with them. So far, we got a lot of good moving parts.
Sounds good.
Yeah, good deal. Good. So we have everything. Everybody has to run low 370s, low 360s. That way, that's what I told Mike. I said, dude, put this car up to where if we lose, it's because of me. I said, I want to be that way. It's them versus me. We got the same parts, same setup, and it's me and them. I said, leave it all on me. I said, I'll carry this team until I can't walk. So that's what we're going for. As Mike said, I'm not going up there to be assistant. So that's all I can ask for a crew team.
I love your attitude and everything. It's really really motivating right now, and it really reminds me a lot of Buddy Hall when we interview him.
Yeah.
Like you guys kind of talk the same way. You buying his car. When did that kind of relationship kind of start, and how that kind of all came about buying his car and stuff like that? And we talked about what you learned from Scott Palmer. What have you learned from Buddy Hall as well?
Yeah, I've learned a lot. Like I met Buddy back in Chicago. My friend, now we partnered next to like that. I didn't know that he was from Dallas. I never knew exactly where he was from. We talked, and every race we talked, he always made a point to tell. He's kind of come like a big brother figure to me. And, after the seat, I talked to him, man, I don't know, Scott. I didn't want to stop. I figured, if I started my career and if I stopped, it wouldn't keep flourishing. So they kind of talked to me, man, I want to do this. He asked me, and then Scott, I talked to Scott. Scott's getting to the point where, he does his stuff from our perspective, Interpack, all that. I asked him, man, I want to stay with you. He's like, well, I'm kind of not there. Look for you something else. And Buddy called me. He's like, man, this is what I'm doing. This is my 5-year plan. This is what we're going on. This is what I can do. I do the deal that he made me. Because Buddy's thinking about, the car and all that stuff's going to be in this. Buddy's still going to be overseeing everything. And Buddy's going to be like that big mentor over me to steer me right. Hey, man, if you need to spend this year, or somebody comes in here like, hey, don't really spend your money. Make sure he's not watching eye looking out. Dude, that's the best thing you can ask for. Top fuel can do these cars do nothing but eat money. And everything. That's all that they do. And having somebody over my shoulder, seeing everything for how it's going to go, man, I couldn't ask for a better role model. He has been a really, really big impact moving for the past 2 months.
It's awesome.
That's spectacular. So, yourself, Buddy, obviously is a big dude, and he's worked out, been a competition lifter. But you're no slouch yourself. Talk about your own workout program and how you stay in shape.
I'm just a cornbread I've worked out and I've fought my whole life. So that's all we've done back where I live. Me and my brother, man, probably bad at that time. We fought half the hometown we live in and stuff. So it's, man, we just so supportive.
Longview, right?
Yeah.
Yep, Longview.
Yeah, man, we just
great little steak spot. Where was it at?
Leon's.
Yes,
Leon's.
Leon's. Yeah, great little steak spot in Longview there. That was good.
Yeah, but no, it just, man, it's a good peace thing. I've seen you've been in the gym looking good
I'm
and
getting
all your
there.
stuff.
I'm getting there.
It's a good relaxing thing. You know, it makes you feel better, look better, and everything else. But to be a top field driver, you don't need to be built like me.
It's kind of true. Yeah, you need to be more like Justin Asher.
Yeah, if you look at the picture between me and everybody else, you kind of look at me like, you don't belong here. I'm like, I bet I get my big butt in that car though. But I'll be down. I'm cutting right now to get. I'll be 200 before I hit the gas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll be 200. I've always just been.
Where you at right now?
230.
230.
Yeah.
All right, I'm 220. You're 230. I want to get to 200. So
how tall are you?
I'm 5'7".
Oh God, I'm like half a foot taller.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So.
But no, I fit in the car, sat in the car, everything's good, everything. So I mean, we had to move the gas because me and Buddy's kind of a little bit of a height difference.
Sure.
Yeah, so we got that. We got the gas pedal moved up, man. I fit everything, all the electronics kind of fit, all the mechanisms working for me. And I'll be 200 suited. Well, not suited, 200, and suited at when I hit the gas. So when you see me snacking on something, just mind your business, all right?
All right.
Just know it's kind of rough.
Just come by and get out of your hand. Get out.
This is correct me if I'm wrong, Longview, Texas, right?
Yeah.
Original home of Eddie Hill. I know they say Wichita Falls, Texas, where he resides now, but Longview, Texas, is where he was born.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lady Hill. Yeah.
Steve and Billy Torrance, they live 15 minutes from me over there.
In Kilgore.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Just down the road.
Yeah. So speaking of, Eddie Hill, obviously top field drivers, kind of fill us in on some of your drag racing heroes as you've grown up, in the sport.
My biggest blow was Robert Height. Robert Height and Larry. Robert Height was a very, like his rookie season. I don't know if y'all saw the pictures of me and him.
Talk about this.
Like, there's a picture of us this way. Now there's a picture of us this way. And man, he was I was that kid. I was running around. I had my little flag football shirt off, and my parents would be there. My dad was there, but my dad lost me for 4 hours because I was just running around. And when I got there, Robert was the driver to come out and talk to me. So man, every year I made it to make sure I get to do that. And then when I got my rookie season, I had a picture of him, and he's a really big influencer.
So honest question, Pomona, he's ahead against Shad Green, about 300 feet away from a championship. He smokes the tires. What was your thought when that happened?
I was gonna say that's who I've always wanted. But this year, I'm really good friends with Aaron Brooks. That was my big beginning. I really could do. Aaron Brooks is awesome, dude. He does so much in this sport. He's really like, Fred Spill. He's kind of like, unquote, my manager. They're like this, So we talk a lot, do all that stuff. And they really deserve it. I know when I saw that happen, I was like, because Task already lost. Yeah, Robert's gonna win. And that happened. I was like, well, Hagen won. So
there you go.
It's pretty good.
A lot of Texans in drag racing.
It is a lot of Texans in drag racing.
You got Jacob, you got Buddy, you got Chad. You got the
Does she have to count since he moved to Texas? Does he count?
Well, Buddy moved technically out of Illinois to Texas, so we gotta let that count. We gotta let that count.
I love Tony. He talked to me in Chicago a lot. He gave me a lot of advice. He really told me. He looked at me. You got what? I said, yeah. I was like, yeah, same thing as you.
Yep, that's right.
No, it'd be pretty good. I'll be 200. We hit the gas. So we got a lot of stuff. The car will be lighter. Everything on it was bolted together and all stuff. Everything's being welded on. New carbon body. It's gonna be a lot lighter really far than plus meal. Buddy, I think was 230 something what he is. So I'll be 200 plus another 18 pounds off the car. So we're gonna be pretty competitive. Plus them raising the minimum weight, and we have every part to make top horsepower of everybody else. So we're gonna be there.
Good. It's good to hear. It's good to hear. And I look forward to seeing the progression because I'm gonna be able to see the work done on the chassis since I work at McKinney Corp. So I'll be able to be up there and see that process and
do whatever you need to do to make that baby.
Okay, all right, yeah. Well,
pressure's only.
You might not want me to touch it.
So if I come out there,
I haven't welded in a long time.
Pressure's only. Pressure's on.
Yeah,
we might get some heat up. We gotta go out there. Something happens first pass of the car. But no, it'll be.
They let Lee touch the car.
Well, when Buddy made his not his debut, but his debut with his own team at Pomona 2022, he had put my face on the car.
Yeah.
And
how do you do?
He blew up first round.
Yeah. I'm gonna put your face on the car. I'd rather not. Yeah, somebody else. Somebody else is going on the car.
Yeah.
Because okay, it was actually worse. First run, didn't even get to make the pass. They shut off on the start line. First round, they blew up.
Oh, when we talk about blow up, it was Spencer Hyde style blow up.
So that happened to me. If we did that with you again, maybe to see if it's bad luck or not, I will get out of the car on TV. I will point at your freaking face and To show you you're number one, I will leave the car on the track and walk back to the pit and say, this is this man's fault. Tell him to come get the car, and we will be done.
There you go.
That needs to happen now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I will literally get out of the car and just point right in your face, and the TV people are gonna like think you have something to do with that.
Yeah.
The story will come out. We'll get back on it the next day.
Yeah.
CompetitionPlus.com reveals the reason why.
Yes.
Yes.
Jacob McNeal told everybody they were number one on TV.
Yep.
Oh man.
Darren deserves it, by the way.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think so? Yeah. All right, let's get off of me. Schedule for next year. Schedule for next year, all right? Let's schedule for next year.
Gainesville, we're gonna open up at Gainesville.
Okay.
I might have, Marla and Nelson Hoyos down there at State, Louisiana State Capitol. No problem. Sorry. I bracket race them on. I'm going to watch track championships at Thunder Road. They call me. We're talking yesterday, so we might be doing when they do the what's the race called down there now? They just brought it back yesterday. The Cajun Nationals. They told me if I want to come down and make expedition pass, they gotta get. So I might be right after Gainesville. Then we got the Vegas 4 wide, Charlotte, Chicago, Virginia. They got New Casey track. I don't know the name of it.
Flying H.
That and then Indy, depends on how we're doing. Indy's a hard race. Everybody and their mother's there. Everybody trying to qualify. So I'm trying to make it. I want to show it to be the best I can win. Don't get Indy. It's free. If I win Indy, I will retire. The car will come to y'all's house, and we're never racing again, especially this year. So it would be done. And then Dallas, and then the end of the year. It depends on how we go. If we do really, really good there, we'll finish out the year. But so far, that's a 10 really. And I got 2 match races set up. And I talked to Scott already. He's gonna let me be on the Stampede speed in Dallas.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. Sounds
Spectacular.
good. Yeah, sounds good.
Well, looks like you have got a great 2024 lined up. Man, excited to see you making the move that you are, and hope all of the success to you. And never know, maybe 2024 Rookie of the Year right here.
We're going for it. We're going for it a lot. Yesterday whenever they announced that Tony Stewart's going to be his first season, I was like, really? You just can't give me one thing? You're going to let this guy come in? Can you not say one more year and give me my 1 year? So if you see me over there trying to, poke one of his tires on a race or something, that's why I told Mike, I said, if we race him, I don't care if you level this mother, we have to beat him. I said, if I get out and there's nothing left behind me but tires, I said, that's all that matters is somehow we can beat him. I mean, that's the biggest thing. He's one of the biggest sport icons in the world. Sure. Even just being competitors against him, and somehow we get to beat him. Oh, dude, that'd be a highlight for him. Yeah. For sure.
Well, Jacob, look, thank you for your time on the show, man.
Thank y'all, man. I really appreciate
it.
y'all. Yep. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
Jacob McNeal, the newest owner, driver in NHRA Top Fuel competition. Certainly hope that he has a great 2024. As I said early in the interview, he's just a character I think we need in our sport.
Yeah, I mean, just you can see the passion, the motivation, and new Top Fuel owner in the NHRA. I mean, that's a dream in itself. We own a Top Fuel car, the highest level of drag racing, Top Fuel Eliminator. I mean, that's so super cool. And like you said, a personality that we need in the class, and just a really funny interview as well. Just laughing the whole time. It's really fun.
Yes, he's a good character. Good character for sure. We need more of them in the NHRA. I have nothing against being corporate and your sponsors being pleased, but let personality come out at the same time. I think you can do both.
Yes.
And he does a good job of that, and certainly he's worth partnering with, I believe. And he's worked hard himself. He works in the oil industry. That's where he has made his living and putting in the time and effort in a hard industry there in Texas, just like Chad Green. He's in the oil industry and others down there as well. So, Darren, I got to get back to McKinney.
Yeah, I can tell, man. It's time for you to,
It's time for me to go.
It's time for you to go. You got more work to do, but I can tell you, but the headache's getting better, though, right?
It's getting better.
It's getting better, yeah.
It may be best when I leave.
Yeah. Well, everybody, thank you guys all for tuning in. Competition Plus Power Hour, Day 2 from PRI. We'll be back in a couple hours, actually, 3 p.m. local time, 12 o'clock Pacific, with Elin Warner. Just a recap of all the announcements that's happened today and over the past few days with myself and Elin Warner. So make sure to tune in, and thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys later tonight.